Ah, damn it! Ah, you fried my areola!
Prepare yourself for the strange, for the bizarre, for the weird, and a ferret dancing naked on top of a harpsichord eating jam with a fork while fucking a wombat. That's right, you're listening to What the Fnord, Discordian Radio.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
I am not a number. I am a free man.
And welcome to another episode of What the Fnord, Discordian Radio, brought to you as always by the Tesla Institute for the Advanced Studies of Discordian Dialectics, Yellowtail Cabernet Sauvignon, and the Kraken Black Spiced Rum, which we just learned last week has absolutely zero carbs. So for those of us like myself who are diabetics, I can drink both at the same time and get drunk quicker. Here in the studio this evening, I thought we were going to have Sybil, but she decided to go have sex with Hannibal Lecter. Actually, no, she won't have sex with Hannibal Lecter because she doesn't do that.
She'll just talk dirty to him.
She'll just talk dirty to him. So here in the studio with me, the kitten is currently in the bathroom doing something, so she can't say hello, but she will be on the episode later. I have here, as always, my partner in crime. Actually, I probably shouldn't say crime since law enforcement agents listen to this show because we're
partner in everything we can get away with that isn't admittedly illegal.
Exactly. Professor Fate.
Welcome.
How have you been, Professor? I know how you've been. They don't know how you've been. It's
barely
been
alive lately. And severely resisting the urge to how shall I put this?
Speak.
Let's see, dead air. That would be a good description of how I feel about quite a few of my users lately.
Oh, Lord. Oh, and speaking of which, news from the weird for just 2 seconds here in the beginning. When we were going through our prep, we do prep here, our show prep and looking through notes and stuff like that, Fate found this really bizarre fact that needs to just be said, not discussed, and then we'll just leave it up to you. And that was,
in Japan, people are actually having cosmetic surgery on their palms to have better palm readings, better fortunes.
And yeah,
I'm thinking that's not going to work real well.
No. So the neck. It's been a couple of whiles since we've done a show. Well, we've done parts of shows, but we haven't actually put one together because we're lazy. And then
we were on hiatus.
We were what?
Hiatus.
How have you been, Nick?
We were high, but nobody ate us.
Well, no one ate.
Be so lucky.
No one ate you guys, but me and that weasel. Well, anyway.
So how have you been, Nick?
I've been fairly partly cloudy.
Fairly partly cloudy. We have an interesting show for you this evening, today, morning, whenever the fuck you're actually listening to the podcast. It's evening for us. Some normal segments, not that there really is such a thing here. Some new segments. Some segments that are, two movies that are reviewed for you guys in this segment. The horror movie review with the kitten and I, the 1979 film Tourist Trap, which I just watched again for like the 50 millionth time, but I haven't seen it in forever, and her first time. So we have that review coming up for you, and then the Neck and I reviewed Westworld, and so we have that review for you.
I have a joke in just 2 words. Anthony Weiner.
Anthony Weiner.
If anyone has watched the news...
Speaking of the news, how is it that the whole United States, and here, no disrespect to the British Crown or royalty, but we fought long and hard to not be under British tyranny. We just recently celebrated our independence when several gentlemen signed their names on a document that, for all intents and purposes, was their official death warrant. We just celebrated our independence in whatever fashion you may celebrate, whether it's blowing things up, blowing your hand up, a trip to the ER because you had alcohol poisoning or whatever. Why is it in this country we, and especially women, have such a bizarre fascination with what the royal family does? Who cares? The royal couple just had a baby. Whoop-de-fuck. I mean, I'm happy for them. The baby was healthy. Yippee-yay. The crown means dick fuck now. Most Brits don't give a shit about the royals.
I will say, why do we care about anything British when they can? And this is an actual headline on Fox News today. Lost medieval mansion found at UK construction site. How do you misplace a mansion?
How a baby I could understand. How do you misplace
a car?
A car even, yeah.
But a mansion?
How do you misplace a fuck mansion? I don't know.
Well, you see what happened was.
Oh yes, please tell us. Because you're so educated with European culture. You know that's where the history comes from.
Because I did my book learnings. What had happened was the mansion builders, they had a...
All right, we're going to just stop you there because the mansion builders, with the Bilderbergs or the fucking Bohemian Grove Society?
They had, the hammers.
The only thing you should care about Britain is BBC television.
Yes.
Because they make damn good shows.
Yes, and their women are hot. The ones on the BBC. But as far as the royal couple, I'm so very happy.
Not as hot as Univision.
Well, that's true. I'm so happy they had a child. I'm so happy it was a healthy child. I'm glad that the people of the United Kingdom are all dancing naked in the streets because yay, Kate had a fucking child.
And wearing the big fuck off hats.
And but why do we care? Why do American girls go, oh my God, the royal couple, and their baby's gonna wear these shoes by Prada and blah blah, and the fucking who gives a shit?
I know why, because you see, women
watch it now. We have lots of women listeners.
Well, I know this actually really isn't offensive, but women, they have active imagination and they like to fantasize. And
is it because they all want to be princesses?
I really think it is. I think they just like the fact that there is still nobility out there, and they kind of live. They're figureheads. That's all.
Exactly what they are.
But in all intents and purposes, I'm using air quotes, nobility. And American women, I guess, live out their fantasy subconsciously through the royal family.
The Queen, her only political function is to carry the big scepter into the House of Commons every year. I'm sorry, the House of Lords. That's
occasionally she signs something, but her signature really has no meaning. It's just there for formality.
So we have a great, fun show for you. And, get yourself something to drink, get yourself something to eat, stay tuned.
While you're at it, why don't you make yourself a little bit of shortening bread?
Inside joke. Creepy music. 1970s creepy music. 1970s horror film. Tourist Trap, a little-known cult classic for those of us who know it and love it and who remember it. And when we describe it, if you remember seeing this as a kid, you'll realize, oh my God, what I'm talking about. As usual, when we do our horror movie reviews, we have here with us the kitten. And we sat down and watched The Tourist Trap last night. So I've seen this. I couldn't remember if this was the one that I had seen or not. It's creepy as shit, or at least for those of us who remember it. But I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. I'm going to let the kitten give kind of a basic gist of the thing, a synopsis, if you will. Her opinions, and then I will come in near the end, and then we'll both discuss it. So, without further ado, the lovely, the vivacious, the voluptuous, the delicious kitten.
Okay, so it starts out, a group of teenagers are going somewhere to do teenager things, I suppose. All in skimpy 1970s typical teenager clothing. One of the cars that they're taking, a tire blows. And just so happens the spare tire also is flat too. So the boyfriend of one of the teenagers decides to walk until he finds a gas station with said tire. Now, normally, movies take a little bit, you have to get a little bit into the film before shit hits the fan. Oh no, not this one. It starts out in the first scene. As soon as he gets to the gas station, well, you'll find out what happens if you actually watch the film. Okay, so...
Which you should.
Well, yeah. So, they just kind of don't give a shit, I guess. Just drive around to try to find him, but not really care that much. Because they end up coming into this, it's like a... what would you call it? Like a...
It's a... For no pun intended, but it's a tourist trap. It's like one of those... you see signs on the side of the road. Come, world's largest ball of mud. Well, it's like a mannequin museum
and lost oasis,
yeah,
swimming hole kind of area. So they drive down this road, this long ass road, into this tourist trap, and they get out, they park their car. No, actually, the car stops working.
The tire blows.
No, that car stops working.
Oh yeah.
That car stops working, and they get out, and they figure, well, let's wander around, and they go swimming. Just in this random...
The girls
go swimming in the random giant swimming hole. And all of a sudden comes the creepy owner of this little tourist trap. And he's
Chuck Connors. It's
yeah.
Chuck fucking Connors. And he's not really creepy in the beginning.
Well, the girls think he's creepy.
Well, yeah. But it's Chuck fucking Connors. Sorry. It's Chuck Connors.
But he's nice. And he tells them, don't go swimming at night. There's water moccasins, blah, 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 blah. And, let's go find your friend. Come with me. Come sit inside. He takes them to his little weird mannequin museum for them to wait as they look around for the friend. And as inspecting this mannequin museum, some of them are like wax figures.
You forgot about the first scene with the guy.
Oh, no. Well, I said they'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
But a lot of them are also just regular mannequins, too. He tells they see a house, like, behind the museum, and, he tells them not to go in there, but of course, in typical, stupid girl and horror movie fashion, they sneak out, one by one and try to explore the house behind there. He tells them not to go in there because his brother, Dave?
I don't remember exactly his brother's name.
His brother's name was Dave. Well, anyway, his brother is supposed to live there, and he kind of takes care of him. Well, one by one, they sneak into the house, and they end up, dying. They get turned into puppets. Now, some of the mannequins, they all have, I don't know how it works, but they rigged it to where their mouth's open, kind of like a marionette, or not a marionette, but like an actual puppet.
Like a ventriloquist
dummy. And, every time their mouth's open, it's really creepy. They make these weird, little, noises.
The other thing, too, about that is that there's a scene at the beginning of the movie where, like I said, the car gets a flat tire. The guy whose name is Woody, the character's name, finds the gas station, but it's completely deserted. He goes in the back room of the gas station, but then there's also a bunch of mannequins in the gas station, and this weird, creepy music starts happening. The mannequins start opening and closing their mouths, making the noises. You hear whispering, and then there's this weird fire starter telekinetic explosion of craziness where things start flying around the room, and then a metal pipe impales him.
All within the first 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, and that's all within the first 5 minutes of the film, which is great. And because after that you're like, oh, that's kind of crazy, and then you hear this drip, 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 and as the camera pans back, the metal pipe that has impaled Woody is now dripping blood. And then it moves into what the kitten was talking about with the girls into this. It's really creepy. Anyway.
You actually get to see a really neat way of how some people die
Mm.
by method of turning them into wax figures while they're still alive. Or not wax figures, but just mannequins while they're still alive. And it's a really slow and kind of...
And the guy that's doing it, which we're not going
strange.
to tell you who the killer is, but the one who's doing it is like describing in detail as he's putting on like the plaster of Paris or whatever that is on the girl's face, like, you'll feel it getting tight,
and
pretty
hot.
girl, and hot. And he's like, no, I cover your mouth, and la 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 la. And he finally covers the eyes. And when he gets to the nose, he was like, but you won't suffocate. Your heart will explode from fright, as he puts the shit on her nose, and then it's really creepy.
And there's a lot of running around, trying to escape. One, or, we won't really give away the ending, but, whether all of them do or don't die, there's still, like, a lot of running around throughout the movie. And that's what kind of the later half of the movie consists of, just them trying to escape. And, as big as the property is, it's really easy for this guy to... Like in the horror movie past, it's really easy for this guy to find them. No matter where they go in the woods, the guy always seems to be, like, ahead of them. Somehow. And you would think for, like, acres and acres and acres of just thick woods, that there'd be holes or somewhere that would be easier to hide into. Like, personally, if I was in that situation, I'd have climbed a tree or something. Because it's the middle of the night, it's black as shit outside, and there's so many trees you can't even see, like, a hand in front of your face. So it's just really funny how easy it is for him to find them. Experience-wise, my entire thought about the film, I like older movies, but the whole mannequin dummy theme, I've always just found that kind of plot really funny. For me, just some things I find really hilarious about, like, creepy, scary, inanimate dummies and stuff.
So what would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably about, like, 6.5, 7.
6.5, 7. Yeah, so I completely disagree with her on the creepy thing, and maybe it's because, when you were young and you watched a horror movie and for some reason that movie stuck in your brain and gave you nightmares for years, and then you watched it later in life and it wasn't, it's not as scary as you remember it being as a child, and even the special effects are kind of really but it still scares the shit out of you, much like the way of me and Black Yellow with the chick running down the hall. To this day, that still scares the shit out of me because my brain remembers back then. It was either this movie or it was an episode of Nancy Drew that had mannequins in it. And I think it was this movie. But it scared the absolute piss out of me as a child. So I have sort of a nostalgic fear enjoyment for this movie. Again, let me say Chuck fucking Connors. I don't know what it is about a Western theme about this show, but there is a review for another movie that could be kind of called a horror movie, but it's really a sci-fi thriller that will probably come after this, that the Neck and I reviewed. But for me, like I said, it's an 8. The mannequins are creepy as hell. Yeah, they make the kind of noise, but more so than that, there's scenes where you're moving through the house and you actually hear the mannequins like whispering to each other, like having a mundane conversation. Then the door opens up and it's just this old lady mannequin sitting, rocking in a chair, and the chair stops rocking. I'm not going to tell you why the mannequins do this or how the mannequins do this. But Chuck Connor's character of Mr. Slauson, at first it's not really creepy. But gradually throughout the film, there's just these weird things that happen where it gets creepier and creepier and creepier. It takes the 70s plot device of teenagers on vacation or a road trip, car breaks down, they meet psychopath starts killing them. kind of model. And sort of in the age when that was sort of the standard, it kind of put a twist on it. And so it was a really, really, really neat twist. So I love it. I love the movie. It is on Netflix. If you can't find it on Netflix, you can probably find it on PrimeWire or one of the other video sharing websites. If you are a fan of classic horror, well, I shouldn't say classic. If you're a fan of 1970s horror, I would watch it. It's actually really, really cool. There's a lot I want to say about this film, but I really don't want to give any of it away because I do want you to watch this. And then let us know what you think. Go on our Facebook page, type in What the Fnord if you're one of the lucky ones that can find it, or on the podcast when you're listening to this on YouTube. Leave a comment about it there. I think our email address is still radiowtf@yahoo.com, but I am not sure because we can never seem to get things to mix well together. So, Tourist Trap, 1979, Chuck fucking Connors. Really, really great film.
It is a really good film, and if you're not me and you actually kind of do get creeped out by dummies, this is going to be a really good movie for you.
Well, from those of us here at the What the Fnord, I was going to say studios, but we don't really have studios. We broadcast from the Tesla Institute for the Advanced Studies of Discordian Dialectics. This is the Time Lord and the Kitten with the review for Tourist Trap. We now return you to your regularly or irregularly scheduled chaos.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Nigga. Nigga, 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 nigga. I'm 100% nigga. Nigga, 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 nigga. I'm 200% nigga. Nigga, 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 nigga. Why do police hate niggas? Nigga, 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 nigga. They hate us cause our dicks is bigger.
So, I was hanging out with my friends, and we were at the house and playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Like you do.
You know. And my buddy, his buddy, who's a black gay guy, which I've actually become his friend now. The Neck actually is friends with a black gay guy, and he's funny as shit. So...
Because he's black or gay, or just because he's funny?
He's naturally fun. He's one of those people that are naturally funny, and then added with that kind of twist to it makes it even funnier. It's one of those. It's like the best of both worlds. So he ends up messaging my friend that, hey, I want to come over and play D&D with you guys. And then my friend was like, well, let's go pick him up, guys. And right before we could leave the door, he messaged again. He said, well, you better bring me a shirtless man. And then everyone looked at me. Because I guess I have the handsomest girth-like body of the group. Handsomest. I went to my grammar school, got my book learning, don't you? So, I know, right? It was daddy. So everyone looks at me, so I'm actually all for it, because I think this is going to be funny as shit. So I take my shirt off and everything, and all that I have left on is some black slacks. Attached to the black slacks are some suspenders, and then I have a cowboy hat on.
Of course you do.
So we all pile up in my buddy's van.
Now, when you say van, do you mean like conversion child molester van, or do you mean like soccer mom minivan?
It's a minivan.
Oh, okay, so it's not like a cool A-team van, but at the same time, it's not like the pervert Herbert.
Exactly, which I think it would have been funnier if it was a Herbert pervert van, but, you know, my buddy wasn't about that life, so.
Well, we do condone a lot of weird behavior on What the Fnord, but touching children is something that no. That is illegal, and you should be put to death.
Indeed, by hanging in public. That's just my views. Moving on. The magical book. Would you close that thing already? Playing its damn melodies. So, we all pile up in his minivan, and it's me, my buddy, my adopted brother, and our other black friend. And we're driving to this place, and we get the bright idea as we're driving to this place. Roll all the windows down so everyone can see in and see the redneck with no shirt on and all that. And then we get the even brighter idea driving downtown, a city area, to blare the song. You ever heard the song that goes, nigga, 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 yeah. Nigga, 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 yeah. That's really the lyrics of the entire song, is the guys just screaming.
Wow.
Screaming that, right? So here I am, like, hillbilly looking thing. All the windows are rolled down, and we're blaring this song.
How does it go again?
Nigga, 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 yeah. Nigga, 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 yeah. I'm a fucking nigga, yeah. And he, like, talks about the black life and being a nigga and how nigga, nigga, niggas, and really that's, like...
I just love hearing you say nigga, 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 yeah.
Nigga, 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 yeah.
Because you put the emphasis on the second like it's a interrogative, like, currently, nigga, 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 yeah. Now I'm asking a question. Nigga, 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 yeah. Like it's a fucking query. Like, excuse me, sir. Are you a nigga as well? I am too. For as I just said, nigga, 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 yeah. Nigga, 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 yeah. See? I actually kind of like that.
So, we're driving in this soccer mom minivan with a shirtless hillbilly blaring nigga, 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 yeah. Downtown. And we hit every red light. I'm talking every red light. And every red light there was always like vehicles all around us. And people would just look over at first because of the nigga, 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 yeah. And,
nigga, 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 yeah.
And they would do that, and they look, and that's initially why they looked over, and then they look at the passenger side, and there's like a half-naked hillbilly, and they don't know what to do. So, we finally go, and we get our other black friend, who's also, gay, and he gets in, and my buddy's like, well, we brought you a shirtless man. He's like, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But baby, you're going to have to get out the front seat, because that's what I said. Okay? I know you're shirtless and all, and you did that for me, but, I'm too damn, just get out. And that's how he literally said it, and I got out because...
And he said, a lot.
Like, he does that, And he does this, and he touches his back of his head when he says, And I'm not gonna argue with this man because he's just wonderful.
Was that the whole story?
No, it's
okay,
not
good. I was
done
about
yet.
Because I mean, after the nigga, 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 yeah. Like I expected there to be.
No, there's more.
Okay, good.
Oh, and the funny part is we pull up into this like primarily black apartments, blaring that, and then when I had to get out to go to the back seat. There was like people sitting on their front porch, and they just had that. What the hell kind of honky? Oh dear, oh lord.
What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell?
Except they weren't Asian.
Yeah, they were looking at me like that. So we get in, right? Oh, we're not done yet. We're not going back to the house. The black gay friend decides he needs to stop by an adult video store.
Oh god.
In Tijuana Flats.
And Tijuana Flats, or at Tijuana Flats?
And Tijuana Flats.
Because I was about to say, when did they start having the...
So first we pull up at Tijuana Flats. He goes in there and gets whatever he was going to get, his food. And then we drive over to the adult video store, which I can't remember the name. And then all my friends looked at me with those glowing, starry eyes saying, oh, we got an embarrassing dare for you. Look on their face. They go, Troy, no one make this perfect. You're half naked and nothing.
Who's Troy?
Well, Troy is my imaginary friend.
Oh. So that's like, okay.
He's a half-breed of Psy-goggling monkey dragon mixed with a horny toad.
Okay, so then we're like, oh, Neck.
No, they told me Neck, but you see, since we were playing D&D, I had my companion with me, which is my imaginary
and your characters,
friend.
Okay.
And, sometimes when they don't want to deal with me, they talk to him.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Like you guys call me the bartender sometimes during Bag of
exactly.
I gotcha.
So, which that's just my creature's name, which is kind of funny. It's so mundane.
Troy or Cygoglin?
The Cygoglin horny toad creature dragon thing
Named Troy.
Yeah, named Troy. Which
Gotcha.
is weird because it's all mundane. But they look at me and they go, Neck. Well, they address the toad first, and he didn't want to talk to him. So then they go, Neck, and they say, you know what would be great? You're sitting there in nothing but slack suspenders and a cowboy hat, half naked, and we're in front of an adult video store. You should get out and go walk in.
Of course.
So at first I'm hesitant, and then they're like, don't be a bitch. And naturally, once someone says that to you, you have to
Can you hear the microphone, please?
Oh yeah, sorry. Well, I'm chasing the weasel around. He bit the magical book earlier.
I got the weasel.
And grew wings. Well, you gonna cut off his wings?
I'm gonna cut off his whiz wing.
Oh God. Okay. Anyway, so
actually, right now, before I pack this delicious shisha, I have to go urinate. So please continue.
Nigga, yeah. And my apologies. While chasing the weasel, some of the sound variations might have messed up, but hey, it's whatever, you know. It's what the Fnord. So we get out, and I was hesitant at first, but they're like, don't be a bitch. So I get out, and I'm like, okay, I gotta do this there now. And I walk in the adult video store, and the first thing the lady does is, I need to see all your IDs, please. I need to see your IDs. You can't just walk in here. I need to see your IDs. So we all hand her IDs, and the moment I hand her ID, she's like, you don't have a shirt on. I'm like, no, ma'am, I don't. She's like, well, all right then. And then my friend proceeds to take a picture of me standing next to the dildos. A really big black one, actually. And she goes, you can't take pictures in here. You have to delete that. And she makes my friend show her him deleting the picture. And then we all presumably leave. And really, all you can gather from that story was naked hillbillies, nigga, yeah, nigga, yeah. And walk.
That's my favorite part of the story. I don't even know what else you were talking about because
I walk into an adult video store. Oh, and to add to the flair, we had to pass by a school, and they had just let out, so some of the kids like gave the minivan that like what look. Yeah. Like, what did I just see? And all my friends said I scarred children for life, and then I'm going to the 7th pit of hell. Wow. And then that was it. That was the Neck in his visit to the adult store, half naked, picking up his black friend. Black apron.
Nigga. I don't drink beer, I drink more liquor. Cause I'm a nigga. Motherfucking nigga, man. I ain't all dog African American shit. Fuck that. I'm a nigga. I ain't mixed, I'm a nigga. N-I-G-G-A, nigga.
And by the music that you just heard, it is time for another movie review. Kitten and I, as you already heard previously, did a horror movie review, which we were sort of, we had recorded a few, and some of them got deleted somehow. The movie that we're going to review today, the Neck and I are going to review, could be considered a horror movie, but I would put it more along the line of like sci-fi thriller. And for those of you who go, Time Lord, that means horror. Fuck you, it's my show. And this is the classic Westworld, starring Yul Brynner, but not really starring Yul Brynner. And it was one of those movies, as you all know, I am an avid sci-fi nerd fanatic. And I remember seeing Westworld when I was, probably maybe 10 years old. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who just said, oh, it's a horror movie, fuck you, and I said sci-fi thriller, the official definition on Wikipedia for Westworld is a sci-fi thriller, so go fuck your mothers.
And to add on the genre, Well, I'm gonna cut you off anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
But to add on the genre, it is a sci-fi thriller, but it also,
Oh, that tea's hot.
I kind of, that what happens when steam's coming
Straight
from
boiling
the cup,
liquid on my fucking.
I mean, we know you do that thing with the tendrils, but
Oh.
So.
And it was directed by Michael Crichton of Andromeda Strain and great fucking. Sorry.
But yeah, oh no,
we'll get into that.
That should have been. But here's the thing with the genre: it is a sci-fi filler, and I want to use the term modern western, but it's not so much a modern western. But here's the thing, though.
Part of it is kinda.
When I think modern western, I think of like the new westerns today that aren't really westerns,
and not Firefly, which is a whole other
people that want to be cowboys and can't be cowboys. It's just got a westerny vibe mixed in with that sci-fi thriller aspect, and I love that because it's like taking.
Hence the word Westworld.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. But it's like taking 3 of my favorite type of genres and just going, well, we're gonna push, and that's literally what they said. They didn't say we're gonna miss. No, they went, we're gonna push, and that's happened. So.
Well, boy, have we got a vacation for you?
Oh Lord.
Westworld was
only $1,000 a day.
Yeah, only $1,000. Which now you're going $1,000, but this was 1973 when the movie came out. Like I said, Michael Crichton directed it. It was produced by Paul Lazarus III. Yul Brynner is a main character with very few lines. Yul Brynner plays a android gunslinger. Well, hold on, let's back up. First of all, Delos is the future vacation spot. And for the Neck said, for $1,000 a day, you can indulge in different fantasy worlds. And this is up to and including like fucking androids or shooting people or having joust fights in medieval world.
And with that thrown in there, it's not just for wannabe cowboys. They have Roman world, which is, hey, if you want to go conquer and pillage under Caesar's reign, you can do that. And
Westworld, medieval world.
Medieval world, Westworld, and Roman world. It's called Roman world.
Roman world, yeah.
Yeah. And Roman world, you can be part of the Legion. Medieval world, you can be a duke and maybe want to assassinate the king if you're feeling froggy.
Yeah.
And Westworld, you can be the goddamn marshal. That's what I would be.
And somebody was. The androids are completely lifelike, with the exception of, and you learn this near the beginning of the film, the undersides of their hands, like where their palms are, they didn't quite get the seams right, so it looks like plastic. But the rest of the androids act, smell, I'm sure if you're having sex with one, taste like actual humans. Another ingenious device in the creation of the androids and the weaponry of the various worlds is that, well, let's take Westworld, since that's the fucking name of the movie and the majority of it takes place there.
And the heat sensor.
And the pistols that you can shoot. It's physically impossible to shoot anything that has an actual heat signature, so you can't accidentally shoot a fucking guest. And that's the other brilliant thing about this vacation resort, is that you don't know really who is an android and who's a guest. Which my sick, twisted mind when I was a kid thought, well, if you go on vacation, that means you could fuck someone else, even if it's not an android, and then technically you wouldn't be cheating on your wife because it could have been an android.
That's funny. And going back to the heat signature thing, that when that was brought up, that was one of my favorite part of the movie. I wouldn't really call this a spoiler because it's not a given.
If you haven't seen this it's fucking been around forever.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. No, it's not. It was on Netflix. You can go to PrimeWire and look it up.
Exactly. And one of my favorite parts of that movie is when the guy's with his friend and his friend's laying in bed and he's like, well, what happens if you shoot a guest? And he's like, well, why don't you try it? And he's like, I don't want to shoot you. And then the guy laying on the bed is like, shoot me! Fucking shoot me! And the guy finally musters up his froggy balls and shoots at him, and it goes click. Which, that to me was just great, because the conviction in the friend's voice, like, just shoot me, damn it, was hilarious to me.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those movies where... it's a classic 70s sci-fi movie. The 70s were honestly, one of my favorite time periods for both horror, as you heard in the previous segment about Tourist Trap, um, but the 70s were really cool as far as sci-fi and horror. Granted, everyone knows that I despise Star Wars with every fiber of my being because I'm a Trekkie, but to give credit where credit is due, Star Wars and the huge fucking Star Wars craze was in the 70s. Battlestar Galactica was in the 70s. The real one, not the stupid remake. Battlestar Galactica was in the 70s. Buck Rogers was in the 70s. Westworld was in the 70s. Future World, which is the sequel to this movie, was also in the 70s. And the thing that I love about this movie is that it doesn't take itself seriously, but by not taking itself seriously, it's kind of serious.
And on that note, to add, what I love about these, because the Time Lord here has shown me multiple 70s type movies. What I love about these movies is the sci-fi, the thriller ones. You know, what's great about these movies is it's got the really creepy, eerie moments. It's got the heart-pounding thriller moments, but thrown in there just to add some, in a sense, reality to it. You have the occasional heartwarming moment, and you have a lot of kind of comical, like ha-ha moments.
Oh yeah,
and sometimes they flip a switch on those, like it goes from ha 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 to oh my god, and that's what makes it great, because that's really, in a sense, reality in and of itself.
Yeah, and you're having a lot of fun with this film for like the first 30-40 minutes before something really creepy weird happens,
and it's just like,
and it's gradual.
It builds up.
Like the android, basically, spoiler alert, the androids, as you can probably guess by now, or if you've seen the movie, you already know what I'm talking about. The androids, of course, go fucking haywire. And now here's the other part. Well, I'll come back to that. Just remind me, androids going haywire. The androids systematically go haywire. Then they finally fucking go batshit nuts. They try to shut the park down. The androids still have power, and they start killing people. And specifically, the Yul Brynner gunslinger android, who you've seen die twice in the film already. Apparently, these androids learn to have a fucking grudge, because this android finds out the two main characters and fucks with them the whole time. Now, about the androids going weird,
which I got something to add on.
I think it's probably the same thing.
It's probably because great minds think alike.
The Neck and I were watching this, and I mean, I've seen it 50 million times, and I was waiting to see his reaction, and his reaction was exactly the same that I had. There is a scene shortly before the androids really go fuck nuts. They've already had some system failures. So, rather than try to fix the system failures, what do they do to the androids in the park? They give them a complete overhaul with new sensors and better equipped heat-seeking sensors and better sight and sound so that they can more easily kill you.
And hearing, so that if you're hiding behind a rock, that fucker's going to hear you go.
And it was said in the film by the scientists.
Yep, you're going exactly where I was going to go.
We don't really know how they work.
That's the thing. Okay, you're going to build this huge, sophisticated AI, like literal AI can think for itself and probably learn very well. And you're going to develop that. And really what developed them, they said computers developed them, because I guess the humans didn't know exactly how to do it. And the computers developed these things, and the people that run them honestly don't know how the fuck they work. So we're going to take a really intelligent AI, have a computer build it for us, and then we're going to put it out in the public because, well, we don't know how it works, but hey, it entertains people and we make money off of it. So
it's a great film.
Yeah, we can't control them, but
I would, I don't know, scale 1 to 10, I'd give it like a solid 8, because it is pure fun. There are some creep moments in it. A little bit about the production, and then we'll go into the next, his rating on it, and then we'll sort of, I guess, average the two together. Westworld did a lot of filming in various locations, and in the 70s, the production value, it was only $4 million. It cost $4 million is how much it made. The production value, I'm not exactly sure how much it cost to make, but it was filmed partly in the Mojave Desert. It was filmed at a couple of sound stages at MGM. There were gardens that were shot at the Harold Lloyd Estate. It was shot with Panavision. And the gunslinger was based off of Yul Brynner's character from The Magnificent Seven, which is a great Western if you haven't watched that, and I'm a big fan of Westerns too. So it was kind of funny for fans of spaghetti Westerns in the 70s to see Yul Brynner looking like his Chris Adams character from The Magnificent Seven. So I was like, oh shit, because the costumes are almost exactly identical. There's a really cool special effects scene that they did where they finally get underneath like the catacombs, and he had heard about acid and stuff like that, where he throws like the acid in the robot's face and it goes fucked up. Yeah. Do you know what that actually was?
What was that?
That was Alka-Seltzer tablets taped to Yul Brynner's face with like oil-based makeup covering it. So that and like the Alka-Seltzer tablets were all like ground up in the makeup, so that when the water hit it, it started going and foaming and stuff.
That's clever.
Which now they would do with CGI and crap like that.
As far as special effects go, there actually was kind of a special effecty scene that was my favorite. It was I'm not gonna do spoiler alerts anymore. Just watch the damn movie if you haven't already. Near the end where the robot had already been charred, but he still had his face as he's laying on the ground. This was the one move in the moment where I got like scared. Like,
oh, I know where you're going.
Jumped and scared and kind of terrified when I saw this because I was expecting him to just die. He looks at the camera and his face quite literally just abruptly explodes, like comes off. And it was so unexpected and sudden that it was like, whoa!
And there's a hole just looking at you with gears.
And that was creepy to me. The whole that was like not the not the CGI creepy, but it was like the legitimate, that's creepy vibe I got from that. Watching what was really in his head, and that was my favorite special effects scene.
Speaking of special effects about this, did you know that Westworld was the first actual feature film to use digital imaging processing?
I did not.
And it was the part where they did like the pixelated view of the android when he was like looking, and it did the noise.
He got me in the mess hall in the institute later that evening. I was in there washing some magical dishes, and I was just thinking to myself, and all of a sudden he like creeps behind that corner going. And I like jump and almost throw a pot. So that's how creepy this movie got at times.
One really weird thing about this versus a bunch of films is that when Westworld was actually aired on television on NBC for the very first time in 1975, the network, nowadays they like, this film has been condensed for time reasons and blah, blah, blah. They actually showed a longer version of the movie than it was actually shown in the fucking movie theater or on video cassette. They actually showed like a longer version. There was an added scene that showed like the hovercraft zooming in to like the resort area and docking. The other scenes with the hovercraft that you see in the movie were all like interior shots. There's another scene that they show in Medieval World where a guest is being like subjected to the rack. Like when the androids go batshit, there's a scene where like a guest is being tortured on the rack, and this was on network television. They showed this on network TV and not in the actual movie theater or home video release.
Well, it was a different time, and in my opinion, a better time. And that's good marketing and business sense, in my opinion. If the network adds a longer version than was actually in the theaters, you're gonna want to watch it at home. So,
Now, for those of you who know that I hate remakes, it was announced in 2007 that Trade Publications was going to make a Westworld remake starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Out of all the modern
and I'm
Western
waiting for
stars, they chose him.
Yeah, and it was
doesn't have an affiliation with any type of Western.
No, and it was going to be written by Michael Ferris, who wrote the screenplay for Terminator 3.
Well, I will say I did like the Terminator series, so it might be a it might not be a total disappointment.
Quentin Tarantino was approached, and he turned it down. In January of 2011, Warner Brothers announced that they still do plan to remake it, but they have not said when, and I hope they don't. So, Westworld, great film. Like I said, a solid 8 from me. And I'm picky, and this is like one of my favorite fucking weird.
My rating, honestly, it doesn't really differ because yes, it was a mix of 3 of my favorite genres, but because it was a mix of that, it took like some good things from each, and it didn't have a lot of the like in some thrillers they have that one aspect in the thriller that's just like, oh man, that's cool, or in the sci-fi, but they just kind of took the mundane good points and put them all together. So it's about a solid 8 because, and I think really the reason why the score is at an 8, it'd probably be a little lower if it wasn't Western themed.
Really?
Well, when I say that, it'd probably be like a 7 but the Western, because I look at it now that, the reason why I say that, now that I've watched Westworld, if I watch something similar to that and it's all futuristic-y sci-fi, it's not going to give me that same kind of sort of patina feel as Westworld did. But by no means don't think I'm like underrating the movie. Like I said, it's a solid 8, and that's because I love that Western feel thrown in with the sci-fi. I would like to see more sci-fi type Westerns.
Which is another reason why I hate Fox for canceling Firefly, because I'm a brown coat and fuck you, Fox. So, yeah. Westworld, go check it out. Like I said, you can find it on PrimeWire. You can find it probably at your local video. Do they even have video stores anymore?
They still do, but a lot of them have gone out of business.
Like Movie Stop or something?
Yeah, but they're doing like that really, I think Movie Stop, and I think maybe even some of the more rural area
probably have like a mom and
Hollywood Video still up. But those are the really two I don't know, because now it's, with the Netflix and the Redbox. And
I actually think you can watch it on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can watch it on YouTube. So
yeah.
Westworld, Yul Brynner, watch it. It is a solid, fun-filled adventure.
And if you're late at night, just sitting in your house and hear run, you can't beat them.
So, Delos, boy, have we got a vacation for you.
Alrighty, well, my first discovery with masturbation was, this is right around the age that most young boys find it. It was around the age of 8 years old, and it come about
No pun intended.
It come about kind of normal and mundane, so to speak. My father, I think, had left one of his magazines. It wasn't, I think I found it in the bathroom, actually. He forgot to put it back under the sink.
After he probably jerked it.
Yeah, because, that's healthy. And I saw it, and I looked at the pictures, and they excited me at that age. I didn't know why they excited me, but they did excite me.
Because vagina is good.
Yes, indeed. And I saw the pictures, and it excited me, and I got the urge to touch my willy. So, as any sensible 8-year-old would do, he touched his willy. And this is back when, like I said, I'm still young. I don't really know how to masturbate. I don't really even know what masturbation is.
And you're what, 22 now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not that long ago.
It's, yeah, a very small amount of time. And, well, so I started to touch my willy, and like I said, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was really just kind of moving it about, and it felt good. So I said, well, I should probably keep touching my willy. And I kept, rubbing it and touching it, just fiddling with it, playing with the damn thing, because I'm like, well, I don't...
So you hadn't actually developed the wrap your hand around it and...
No, and that's a funny story about what I finally developed. So what I finally did at that moment in time after... I don't actually, the first time I even touched my willy, I don't think I reached like that little kind of ejaculation thing, but at 8 you don't produce semen. So I stopped, and then later on, throughout, I wouldn't say the same day, but throughout the next week or so, I touched my willy some more, and I finally realized, hey, when I touch my willy, it feels good. I should keep touching my willy. And then I developed a system of touching my willy, which was, like I said, 8 years old. I don't really know what to do. I took my pointer finger and just kind of wiggled it back and forth, kind of like a
on the head or
like on the middle, in the middle
of the top or the bottom?
Like right
Here,
under-
demonstrate it for us.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just okay. Now that's out. See where the head is right
you have
there?
a chode.
It's not about the length, it's the girth.
Boy, is it.
It's the girth what makes
So on the top,
like the head, and you see the skin near the head, kind of
yes,
like right,
boy, do I.
kind of right under that, and like where your finger can't really slip out because it's kind of under the skin near the head, and it's kind of like an eagle claw attached to
Eagle claw.
attached, and I would just
Is this kung fu or masturbation?
maybe it could be a mix of both. This is the institute.
It's master food.
Master Fu. I think there's actually a class on that somewhere in this vast.
Masturbation, yeah.
Yeah. So
You might have to teach it.
So I was wiggling it back and forth, and it was literally just going back and forth. And I found by doing this, after a while, I reached the point of the masturbation, and I did that for a very long time. Now after that, I realized doing the eagle claw method kind of hurts if you do it a lot, because your fingernails and all that. So I said, okay, well, screw that. I'll do that every once in a while. And then I developed a new system of prepubescent masturbation, which I used my pointer finger and my middle finger, like this. And I would, as I was laying on my back, I would here, I'll show you. I would put the penis,
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's.
I'd put the penis fold it kind of like that, and I would just rub.
Like it's a fucking zipper.
And I would just rub up and down, I guess, the shaft repeatedly, and since it was firmly pressed against my prepubescent stomach area, so to speak, it wouldn't go nowhere, and I just do that until I reached and that's how I masturbated for years, until I got to middle school. And then I had my friends, and I was over at my house, and it became one of those weird, bro bonding moments where you just, and hey, magical book over there, we don't want to hear your melodies right now, quit. But it got to the point where we had one of those kind of post, puberty bro conversations, so to speak. And we were sitting in his room one night, and the topic of masturbation just came up, and we didn't think it was weird. He's like, hey, do you masturbate? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, do you masturbate? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you want to watch some porn together? And he's like, yeah. And we watched some porn together.
You had a mutual jerk.
No, we didn't jerk it. We did not jerk it. We watched the porn.
Okay, so
we just watched the porn together. And then I got to the point where I kind of fitted up some courage, and I was like, well, how do you masturbate? And he had already developed the hand wrap technique, the normal way of masturbation. I'm like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, how do you masturbate? And I'm like, I explained my little eagle claw method and my rub method. And he's like,
was he like, what in the fuck is wrong with you?
No, he looked at me and he gave me one of those dude faces, when you're kind of disappointed in your bro. And he's like, dude, that's what chicks do. And I'm like, oh, well, how do we do it? And he's like, well, you just grab it, preferably near the base, and you go up and down and like that. And he didn't show me, but he did the hand gesture. And that's how I learned how to properly masturbate. And then finally, it was around in middle school, after learning how to properly masturbate, that I had my first experience with the semen.
Oh yeah.
One day I was sitting on the toilet, and it bothered me, because when I was younger, I pretty sure I'd already hit puberty, but I wasn't at the point where for some reason my dick wasn't producing semen. I guess, I don't know.
Well, it's not really your dick that produces semen.
Well, it's the testicles and the testicular vas deferens that connects the, I know a little bit about my nuts. I did have a spermatocyst. So
Ooh.
Younger, I'd jerk off, and I'd be like, well, why is nothing coming out? All the pornos, the guys shoot the magical liquid out. Why does my willy not produce a magical liquid? And it upset me. I was actually disappointed. I had self-esteem issues because I wasn't producing semen.
Wow.
And then what I did, finally, I was just sitting on the toilet one day and doing my typical, I'm jerking off. business, and like this white liquid just shot out in like a large quantity. I guess because it was my first actual ejaculation of semen, and it was like, whoosh, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like,
And then you realized, oh shit, now I gotta clean it up.
yeah, but it was one of those like you probably shouldn't get that excited that you just like came, but I was proud of myself.
You should always be excited when you come.
I was very proud.
Have
of
you ever
myself.
noticed that hold on.
Oh, there's the magical fucking book again with your melodies and with the.
Yes, continue talking about the masturbatory experience while I talk to the kitten, and I'll be back.
Alrighty. Well, so I finally came and I produced semen, and it was a good bit, and I was proud of myself. I was like, wow, I finally made the magical liquid come out of my willy. And then I realized, okay, now it's all over my hand, the front of the toilet, the floor, and the little floor rug that goes in front of the toilet. And I was like, okay, I have to fix this. So I then did my first masturbation cleanup. And then after that, I came to realize that you have to piss after every. But after that, I finally got done cleaning up the bathroom, and I was like, man, I really gotta pee now. And it was one of those like, I feel so much better afterwards. So those are my genuine first experiences.
Have you ever noticed that?
That's the courses of how I learned to masturbate.
Have you ever noticed that ejaculate, if you've ever smelled it, it almost smells like Bisquick?
Yeah, and I'm gonna confess something to you. Okay.
Ooh, tell the pasta story.
The pasta story. I'll tell the pasta story in a second, but I want to. You said smell.
You tasted it?
No, I never tasted my semen.
Oh.
But I will say this. And you're. Well, fuck it. I'm weird, so I don't have to justify
It's
myself.
what the Fnord.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, right.
Half this shit we make up anyway. So.
Yeah, I know, right? Because everything we say is a complete lie except for the things that are true.
That's right.
When I jacked off, especially in the beginning, and it was all over my hand, because I would smell it, like I do.
So it smells like Bisquick.
And it's weird. I actually, I enjoy the smell
of semen.
I like the way cum smells.
And you have no homosexual tendencies?
No, but believe it or not, when I was younger, I had some bad experiences, and then later in puberty, I'm a little curious.
I think a lot of guys.
I was curious.
I think a lot of guys do, and I don't think most guys would admit it because of, oh, it's gay, I don't fucking know.
But you're gonna.
But I think most guys
curious.
No, and I think men and women naturally have a curiosity at that age because you're developing, who you are. I do believe. Yes, I am one of those people that I do believe that you are born gay or born straight. And anybody, no, you're not. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve and the homosexual. Fuck you.
It has to do with your brain and the way that your body, using your basic primal human instincts, decides that it wants to reproduce.
Well, no, I think it's imprinted in your DNA,
like so to speak. But
if
do you get what I meant by that?
No, I do.
My brain is like, I like this, and this will somehow benefit me. So.
No, and I personally have an issue with, and normally it is people of the Christian religious right that lambast, homosexuals and homosexuality. If you're not gay, then what the fuck should you care? Same thing with, well, they shouldn't be allowed to marry because it's not up to fucking you, first of all.
And it doesn't directly affect you.
And it doesn't directly affect your fucking life. So yes, I here on What the Fnord Discordian Radio, because I am the opinions of the show, yes, we believe in marriage equality. And anybody that doesn't believe in marriage equality and Pete thinks that, gay people are going to hell, fucking stop listening. This is my official telling, not that we have listeners anyway. Stop listening to my show because this is definitely not the place for closed-minded, bigoted fuckheads. Anyway, that's my
well, except for
fuck you. That's all I got to say.
Except for that one time I did that one segment, but
that's because you're a redneck.
Yeah, but I will say this. Like anyone that still might be listening who's a bigoted fuckhead, I'm like one of the biggest goddamn rednecks out there, and I have a lot of the rednecks, like typical stereotype things that are attributed to that. And I don't have a problem with gays, so if me fuck off, defend the Alamo, steak, and is okay with it, why the hell can't you be?
Right. So that's been masturbation with the neck. And, the pasta story.
Oh, pasta story, okay.
And then we'll finish with this segment.
Alrighty, that works for me. Well, hold on, let me get a suck of this.
Could you put your penis back in your pants? I think we're done with that.
Oh shit, yeah, my bad. Well, it's the room temperature in here. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll put it away. All right, there we go. Pasta story. Let me get a fine suck of this hookah first, because I'm gonna need it to tell this story.
You're gonna need one to listen to it.
Alrighty.
Smooth, huh?
Yeah, real smooth. Yeah, like the jagged edge of a rock. Okay. I like food. I like food a lot, to the point where food quite literally turns me on.
Me as well.
And I have sexual thoughts about the food.
Me, kind of.
And one day I acted on these sexual thoughts because I had been watching porn, and I decided to watch some hentai one day because I can watch whatever fucking porn I want. And there was this chick in the hentai who put a bunch of warm, steamy pasta in her mouth and then gave a guy a blowjob. And I was like, what would pasta on my dick feel like? So I cooked me a very small portion of pasta, and I put it in a bowl. I proceeded to then whip out my willy, and I stuck my dick in the pasta, and I fucked the pasta. I did not ejaculate in the pasta because this was actually more of an experimental thing to see exactly. But to see, it was more experimental. I wanted to see how the fuck it felt like. And I did it, and to be honest, I didn't get the satisfaction that I was expecting out of it. It was just kind of like, alright, this feels good, but it's really just kind of like, I don't know, it's a little strange, and it's not all the hype that I thought it was going to be. So I stopped fucking the pasta, not ejaculating in it.
Only on this show would you hear the phrase, and then I stopped fucking the pasta.
So I stopped fucking the pasta, and I put the pasta in the garbage, which was pretty much full, and then I proceeded to take the garbage out to the trash near the road so that there would be no evidence that I fucked pasta. Except for my story, which is now on here, which is now for everyone to hear, but I don't give a fuck.
And it's the internet, which means it'll never go away.
Yeah, really. I mean, but it's whatever, you know. Is it that bad that I fucked some pasta? I don't give a fuck what you think about me. Oh, and to say, now that it's on the internet on the show, for one...
Rule 34.
You have to venture down some creepy fucking wrong turn rabbit hole to even find this show, so,
Yeah.
You know...
Creepy fucking rabbit hole. That is a good... I think we're going to add that as part of our... Yeah.
Because, to be honest, I mean, if you somehow found this show, because it's kind of a chore. I mean, you have to, like, punch the white rabbit in the face, kick Alice in the cooch, and then take down... and then walk down the Red Queen's hidden road to find our rabbit hole. So if you found it, then, you know, you're probably just as weird as us, and kudos to you. So you might have fucked some pasta yourself. But yeah, that's how I fucked the pasta.
Okay.
I just ride in my pants every time you're next to me. And when we're holding hands, it's like having sex to me. You say I'm premature, I just go in ecstasy. I wear a rubber at all times, it's a necessity.
'Cause I shiz in my pants.
Can't you hear that train whistle blow? Can't you hear that train whistle blow? Can't you hear that train whistle blow? Lord, I wish that train wasn't Jim Crow.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
So, me and the Time Lord were sharing the same bedding quarters one night, and we were laying there having a conversation about just your average mundane things. It's like,
Well, no. I don't even think we were talking about mundane things. I think we were... Because it was after we
well,
saw...
it was mundane for us.
Well, yeah, after I saw the face in the window and all that
Yeah, and
stuff.
I thought they were going to get me. We're laying there just having our average conversation, and it's like 5 in the morning, and flying books are going everywhere. No, I just jest. But,
No, really, they were.
well, we don't talk about that anymore. So, we're just having this conversation, and all of a sudden the Time Lord stops, and he goes, Nick, you ever close your eyes and see things? And I'm like, what do you mean, Time Lord? He's like, when you're really sleepy and you close your eyes, you see things. And I'm thinking, yeah, I see those, sometimes I see these weird little squiggly things, I think that's about it. And he's like, but no, do you see things? I'm like, not that I know of. And then the Time Lord's just laying there, and I made the mistake of asking this question. Time Lord, what do you see? And then
I love this story.
And then he proceeded to tell me, and it started off with a sea snail. And the sea snail had a top hat. Oh, God damn it, we don't burn the... well, sometimes, but that's only at... Well, we don't talk about that. So... So...
We're getting to those.
He sees this underwater sea snail, and the sea snail has a top hat and a gentleman's cane. And at first the sea snail's just there, but then the sea snail walks over to this door, and when he opens the door, there's lots of bubbles. He sees lots and lots of bubbles. And
you have like a photographic memory, so the neck is as he's conveying this to you. This is almost as if I was saying this, because
it's like a recording in my head, because this is one of those things you just don't forget. And he sees bubbles, and beyond the bubbles is a ballroom-like structure, like a room. It's like a fancy ballroom. And the decorum of the ballroom, like on the table, the centerpieces are sea anemones, but like the tubey looking things, kind of like a tube worm, instead of just floating freely at the end of them are attached red eyeballs. And these are the centerpieces for all the tables. And in this ballroom, there's a group of shrimp. And these shrimp, they're like wearing black tie kind of fancy waiter looking outfits. And they're dancing. And then I had asked him, I said, are the shrimp the guests? Are they waiters or what? And he's like, I don't really know. So we have dancing waiter looking shrimps in this ballroom beyond the bubbly door. And the sea snail took the position of doorman. Well, in this ballroom, in the corner of it, there's a Native American vertebrae. And what this is for is you hang your hats, jackets, and shoes on it, because it's one of those ballrooms.
Like they have.
And really, that's the gist of the ballroom at that time. Is the shrimp and the centerpieces and the Native American vertebrae with the sea snail doorman who looks dapper. And then he kind of stops talking for a couple minutes. I'm laying there. And then he pipes up again and he says, now I'm seeing a locomotive going down the tracks. A locomotive. Not a train, but a locomotive going down the tracks.
I actually do remember this part. I don't remember saying it, but I remember seeing this vividly. This and the thing to come.
Yes. So there's this locomotive going down the track, and near the front of it, instead of the pointy part of the train, at the front they kind of have that like cone-looking pointy part. Instead of that being there is a Jim Crow face with like just a big old smile from ear to ear, and it's a Jim Crow train. And coal is constantly being fed into this thing, like non-stop, so it keeps going. And then he pauses for just a few seconds and he says, and there's sea giraffes. And then I decide to ask the question, do the sea giraffes work on the Jim Crow train? And he goes, no. There's something about their union. They don't work there.
The sea giraffes apparently have a union.
And they don't work on Jim Crow trains because of it.
Something to do with the union. Now I'm curious, like, what was it with their union? Like, why didn't you ask?
I don't know.
Why didn't you ask?
I didn't ask because I was too baffled by the fact that there are sea giraffes riding on a Jim Crow train that have a union, and because of that, they don't work there.
And I love how just nonchalantly, oh no, they don't work there.
The way you said it too, it was like you made it like it was common sense or something. Oh no, they don't work there. Something with their union. vice versa. And
That's funny.
it is funny. And then we
Not as funny as...
And then we pause again, just for a little while.
Did I fall asleep, or...
No, this is when you take, like, brief, like, 3-second pauses.
Ah.
And then, actually... No, it was longer than a 3-second pause. This was the pause where you stopped for about a minute, and you did your whale flop.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got back to the Jim Crow train when you started talking again. It's like, and now the locomotive is going down the track, and I love the way you said this. And now they're passing lollipop hair trees.
Say that slowly for those.
He said they're passing lollipop hair trees. And he said it like he was ashamed of the lollipop hair trees. It's like, we don't talk about the lollipop hair trees.
No, they're the lepers of this Jim Crow train sea giraffe union having world.
And then after that, we lost the Jim Crow train. It faded from his mind. But we went back to the ballroom with the sea snail doorman. And now in the ballroom, the shrimp waiter looking things were holding
the shrimp waiter looking things.
We're holding pie pans. But here's the thing, they weren't pie pans because they look like 1940 Roswell UFOs. But they weren't 1940s Roswell UFOs because they were pie pans. So that happened. And really, then the ballroom even faded away from Time Lord's mind.
Because apparently I was actually going to sleep maybe at this point?
Yes. And then he stopped. And now he stopped for a good minute. Like, actually longer than a minute. He stopped long enough after that for me to settle, lay there, and think, oh, he's finally falling asleep. But just to make sure that he was asleep, because I have to ask questions, I looked over and I kind of whispered, I said, Time Lord, are you asleep? And then he says, instead of, oh no, I'm still kind of awake, he goes, now I see. Now I see this black square, dark black window looking square with a red line down the middle of it. And then he stops again for about a minute. I'm like, okay. And then he pipes up again and goes, now I look over at him, once again thinking he's asleep, and I'm go, Time Lord, just to be fucking random, do you know there's a ceiling above us? And he goes, yes, I do, and it's going at 90 miles, some invented measurement of speed an hour.
I really wish you remembered that.
Like, I want to say it was like, it wasn't gigawatts, but it was something along that line. And then after he says it's going that fast, he says, now if you take the ceiling and you split it down the middle, you'll find that it's not symmetrical, but it's symmetrical, but it's not symmetrical. And in the center of it, there's a spinning, glowing ball of... And then he got quiet and proceeded to fall asleep. And I briefly went, thank God. But here's the twisted part. He didn't fall asleep. He then and then I didn't initiate the conversation this time. He then whale flops back over to me, and...
Please describe when you say whale flop. They don't know what you mean.
Like, okay.
I do this thing when I'm asleep.
He's laying on one side. He, like, kind of just... Like I don't know how, but he somehow
like Shamu, like a fucking orca whale.
Up in the air and flips to the other side. And the bed goes...
Because I'm a fat, ugly bastard.
So... And then he looks at me and he initiates the conversation this time with some sanity, actually, and goes, what did we just talk about? And all I could do was look over and I said, fuck acid, fuck drugs. All you need to be is Time Lord when he's half asleep. And then we proceeded to go into Slumberland as the books finally shut up and stopped flying.
And repeat with me again, ladies and gentlemen. Lollipop hair trees.
Believe it or not. I would not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam, I am.
And we've reached that part of the show where we, here at the Tesla Institute for the Advanced Studies of Discordian Dialectics and Wtf Discordian Radio, broadcast to you our musical selection for the week. The following music has been selected from a vault that was locked a long time ago for very good reasons. I warn you now, listen at your own risk. And without further ado,
Give praise to Rastafari, and all praises unto God. Give praise to Rastafari, and all praises unto God. So many days, so many nights, I faced this rugged life. With through some fights just to get a bite. My friends and my environment sometimes may do me wrong, but by my faith I keep holding on. So I give praise to Rastafari, and all praises unto God. And all praises unto God. The youths today are so confused, they don't know what to do. They pass and fight for what they think is right. Life for them seems so hard, they don't know where to turn. With lessons that they need to learn. Give praise to Rastafari, and all praises unto God. Give praise to Rastafari, and all praises unto God. Firm and strong. So for this cause I call on thee, please listen to my song. Together this battle must be won. Give praise to Rastafari, and all praises unto God.
Saw me kiss a boy when I was only 10. Well, you might think that's not too bad, but things were different then. She pulled me to her side and she sat me on her knee. She said, I think it's time that you and I discuss the birds and bees. She pulled me to her side and she sat me on her knee. She said, I think it's time that you and I discuss the birds and bees. She said, always use a condom, you can do just what you please. They stop you getting pregnant and catching STDs. Birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and bees. He said, all men are bastards, there's two things they want from you. Someone at home to cook their meals and someone they can screw. Then after 27 years they'll get a little itch, and they'll run off and leave you for some 30-year-old bitch. My mother pulled me to her side, sat me on her knee. She said, I think it's time that you and I discuss the birds and bees. She said, if you use a condom, you can do just what you please. They stop you getting pregnant and catching STDs. I don't think my mother liked boys very much. Then your thoughts might turn to girlies. Don't fight it, it's okay. There really is no problem if you find out that you're gay, but you might find it hard to form long-term relationships. So my advice, just grab the girl who's got the biggest tits. My mother pulled me to her side, sat me on her knee. She said, I think it's time that you and I discuss the birds and bees. She said, always use a condom, you can do just what you please. They stop you getting pregnant and catching STDs. When she runs off with someone else, it might not be the end, 'cause you might take a backseat to our fine four-legged friends, but their bits are all in different parts, you won't know what to do. So I bought this book with diagrams especially for you. My mother pulled me to her side, sat me on her knee. She said, I think it's time that you and I discuss the birds and bees. She said, always use a condom, you can do just what you please. They stop you getting pregnant and catching STDs. Birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and or you might turn to your family. A cousin's not too bad. Just remember Uncle Kevin's mine and don't go with your dad. I said, Ma, don't patronise me, don't take me for a fool. Everything you said we learned 3 years ago in school. My mother pulled me to her side, sat me on her knee. She said, I think it's time that you and I discuss the birds and bees. She said, always use a condom, you can do just what you please. They stop you getting pregnant and catching STDs. My mother pulled me to her side, sat me on her knee. She said, I think it's time that you and I discuss the birds and bees. She said, always use a condom, you can do just what you please. They stop you getting pregnant and catching STDs. Birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and bees and birds and
What went on in your head? Oh, Mr. Crowley, did you talk to the dead? Your lifestyle to me seems so tragic. Where's the thrill of it all? You pulled all the people with magic. Yeah, you waited on Satan's door. Mr. Charming,
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Your beauty is beyond compare with flaming locks of auburn hair with ivory skin, eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep, there's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. He talks about you in his sleep, there's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. You could have a choice of man, but I can never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have to talk with you. My happiness depends on you and whatever you decide to, Jolene.
It's up and away in the morning. Oh, the tears my poor mother has cried. Well, the sea it had called me, and you may say I'm balmy, but I went to her just like a bride. And it's up and away in the morning.
Right, mates. It's 1925 on a Thursday, Wednesday afternoon. Ooh.
It's
And
in the evening. Anything past 4 o'clock in the
there's a bottle of Kraken that's mine. There's a bottle of Kraken that has gone woohoo. One of the many things that we do, or that I do, that we all do, is pirate reenacting. Arr!
Arr! IDHMLQ.
And we're the crew of the Time Lash out of the grand colony of Florida. The captain's birthday celebration. My birthday celebration will be next weekend. The 3 of us currently, myself, the professor, and the Neck, are about 66 shades to the sugar-free gummy bears. 60 No, really, sugar-free Puritan's pride, sugar-free gummy bears that you don't expect. I want to know how many carbs are in these fuckers.
Buddhist Christ.
Hold on, wait.
Where the fuck am I going?
I don't know. And they don't give the carbs; they just say sugar-free. It's not Haribo. Yeah, I'm hungry. There's no cheese.
On the bright side, you don't have to pay for the sugar.
Oh, yeah. It's times like this that I wish I wasn't a vegetarian anymore, because I would really eat the shit out of, like, some pepperoni and summer sausage with olives and...
I'm not gonna lie, that salmon sounds mighty good to me.
It's not just salmon, but it's sockeye salmon, so it's like I beat you in the fuck face. Let me explain, or not explain. I'm drunk, so hold on. The fuck do they need to hold on for? It's I said, ooh, rum. Look, hold on. Oh, look, hookah. Good thing it's zero carb.
I'm not sure, but I think I forgot how to swallow.
That's all right. There are several people in the pirate community that I would like to.
Okay, that's the neck masturbating.
I'm not going
masturbating his neck.
I'm not going to say a shout out because I hate that term, but I'm going to give a R to friends of ours, mates of ours in the pirate community. First and foremost, the Grand Admiral, Thought Admiral, fuck whatever he is, of the Harbinger, which used to be a small little ship like ours, and now it's a fucking fleet. Seamus Rumkiller. Seamus Rumkiller out of Tampa, and his beautiful, beautiful, voluptuous, full-figured, delicious, decadent decoupage
boat. What?
Yummy pink pirate yum. Her. And we have the purple pirate. We have Jackie. We have Amber. We have Mickey Flint. We have I don't know what her pirate name is, but the Golden Goddess herself, who is now a sculpted female specimen of scary muscleness.
Specimen?
She's got thighs that could crack a fucking walnut and my head.
At the same time.
At the same time. Look at her Facebook. She's got fucking gym pictures that... Jesus, Marion, fuck off. Jesus, Marion, Blackbeard. You have Captain Morgan McAdams of the Leprechaun. You have the St. Augustine Swashbucklers. You have the Ancient City Privateers. You have Caribbean Pearl. You have Tiger Lee, who sadly has left us in the state of Florida, or sorry, the colony of Florida.
I thought he moved to Tampa.
He did.
That's still in Florida.
Yeah, but it's... Right, so, the colony of Florida.
Give me your navigator, Captain.
The oldest city, I mean, in the colony.
That's St. Augustine.
And he used to be there.
But he ain't no more.
That's true. Lots of pirates. Lots of my mates on Facebook. So next weekend, which will be the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of August, you are all cordially invited, and let's see how many of you show up, because nobody listens to the show anyway, to the fair city of St. Augustine, where there will be revelry, there will be drinking, there will be drinking! There will be pirating, there will be drinking, there will be induction onto our crew, and more drinking! And possibly a small, minute amount of drinking!
And once we finish all that, we're going to get into some serious drinking.
Yes. In the immortal words of Blackadder, there was some words there.
Well, you see,
Captain, then the captain completely forgot about.
Captain, you can't just.
In the immortal words of Blackadder, silence.
Silence. I am Captain Sean, the Irish bastard, Connor, captain of the Time Lash, the only temporal pirate vessel that I know of currently in port, or starboard, or right or left, or back or forward, or front or after.
Timey-wimey,
drunky, drinking! Oh, look, more rum. Woo! I have no idea what this segment was about.
Pirates!
Second, and drinking.
2nd, 3rd, and 4th of the month of August. In the year of... Well, not really our Lord, but in the year of their Lord, 2013. Some Lord. With the curly hair, and he's Jewish. He got nailed to a tree for saying, "Hey, I have an idea. Why don't we be nice to each other?" Fuck that! We're just going to nail you to a tree, you damn Jew.
What, then we couldn't rape, pillage, and plunder.
No, Jesus couldn't rape, pillage, and plunder because he was all about love and hippy-dippy grooviness. We can rape, pillage, and plunder because we're
pirates.
We're Rosicrucian, Thelemite, Espiritista, Hindu, Buddhist, agnostic, Wiccan, Odinist, Celtic.
After that, can I ask you a question, Captain?
Absolutely, you can ask me a question.
Will you pray the rosemary?
I will pray the rosemary with anyone. So, the two that I love that are dearest to my heart, Seamus Rumkiller and the Pink Pirate. I love her to death. I love you guys. I hope you can make it. For those of you who can't make it, fuck off. For those of you who can make it, it's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of August in St. Augustine, Florida. You can... I don't want to give my real Facebook, but you can... On the What the Fnord Facebook
page. You
can
wander around, look for a bunch of drunken pirates. That'll be us.
Yep, look for a bunch of drunken pirates. That'll be us. On the What the Fnord Facebook page that no one can seem to find.
I have a ceiling.
You have a ceiling with little knobbly bits.
Did we mention there would be drinking?
There is drinking, and possibly some whoring.
Oh, I love me a good whoring.
All right, the goal. Ladies that are eligible. Ladies that do not have any allegiance to a lord or a pirate of any kind. My navigator, Farley Lostman, needs serious piratical punani. So if anyone would like to...
I need to get blown like a Force 5 hurricane!
So anyone who would like to take my navigator and have the Bobo honked, write to us. Radio WTF at yahoo.com, or go to the What the Fnord Facebook page that no one can find. Type in hold on, let me see if I can do this. If you go on Facebook and you type in, What the Fnord Discordian Radio. That's What the Fnord, spelled F as in Foxtrot, N as in November, O as in Oscar, R as in Romeo, D as in
Delta.
Thank you. Discordian Radio. You will find our Facebook page if you're lucky. Currently, we have 23 likes, which I love, because that is a Discordian number, because the law of 5 states that everything happens in multiple of 5s, and 2 plus 3 equals 7.
5.
Q.
9.
So,
What?
9. No, there's not. No, there's 23 of them.
93.
Oh, look, sugar-free gummy bears.
You already went over that, Captain.
But it's right here.
Forget about the gummy bears.
Okay, all free concealed carry guides are free. Makes no sense. So you can get a free concealed carry guide in the state of Florida that's free. That's always been okay.
So you're free to get concealed carry.
Your carry.
Sugar-free gummies.
I like carrying carry.
Well, you come from County Kerry.
I do come from County Kerry, which is landlocked. So anyway,
as opposed to Kerry County.
Indeed. Before this gets even more crazy, again, What the Fnord Discordian Radio. Look us up on Facebook. Listen, subscribe. Come to St. Augustine, Florida.
Movie.
It is. That means I'm loud. That's the equilibrium.
Drinking.
Hold on. Where's the tongs again? Where'd they go? Where'd you put the fuck tongs?
I don't. There.
Where? Hold on.
Jewish bastards. What?
Oops. Where are we?
I found the tongs. Oh shit!
Yeah, these are huge.
Burning my areola.
Wait, come here.
Ah!
Okay. Whoa, no. Okay. These are. Whoa! Those are the anal tongs. Hold on.
No, not again.
Okay. Shh. No. Deck, bend over.
Mother. Listen here, Cotton. You held that bitch in there for a long time.
Whoa. Areolas.
You're throwing the hot
shit
on my table.
Fire.
Come here.
Cotton, give me your
nipples.
Ah, you're gonna maroon me. Ah. It burns on my areolas.
Come here with the nippies. Wait.
Oh, Jesus, Joseph.
It's not hot, is it?
No, it's not.
Well, hold on then.
No, Captain. That was very hot. No.
Oh, shit.
You
Come
want
here.
to quit spilling the hot shit on my table?
Hot shit?
If you set the table on fire, you've got to call the fire department.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of August. Be there in St. Augustine. Pirates are...
Call him son, teach the demons of the sea. Run, you sailors, run. With a bit of flame and a heart of ice, black with the devil's son. He shot his first mate in the hold one day. He said, I don't
And that brings us to a close yet once more. I'm sure you're all thanking all the deities that you could possibly think of that you don't have to listen to this anymore. Another wonderful episode of What the Fnord Discordian Radio, broadcasting as always from the Tesla Institute for the Advanced Studies of Discordian Dialectics. We might make the episodes more regular like they were originally supposed to be. Then again, we might not. You always have to keep checking back. Check us out on our Facebook page. It's just type in What the Fnord Discordian Radio. Hopefully you'll be one of the lucky ones that finds us. Our YouTube channel, which you should already know because that's how you're listening to this, but it's What the Fnord Discordian Radio, or it's What the Fnord space Discordian Radio. Hopefully that'll get you here, even though you're already here listening to this. But go on the Facebook, and then you can hear from there, and
get more here.
So, final comments. It was wonderful. It was great. It's as always, Neck.
It was interesting to say the least, as always, and very chaosy.
Fate.
I would just like to say I am not personally responsible for anything I said during this.
And Kitten.
I hope I can be here on the show more often. Really like to be, but shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens. Rama Rama. So, good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.